So two things must run by using structure at the water quality now. Abi?
Yes.
Water quality at the water quantity. Inflow outflow. On the structure. Okay, structure start first. Okay. Set again. I'm sure a couple of us are enjoying the information I'm giving us on this 24-pond upgrade series I've been doing. Now, the next thing I want to talk about today is this challenge of cementing. Now, this pond was used for just about 3 years. And look at what we got. Look at my close ring screening. And you see quite a lot of hairline cracks. This is not even the hair, this is big cracks, right? Apart from the hairlines, look at all of this. Now, two reasons. One, the sand is used, probably has some salt in it. So that, of course, will make some dissolutions happen. Two, it could be they didn't respect the construction rule, like I've taught people, I've trained people online from my secret number 1 to number 19 on pond construction that I posted a few years back to make life easy for everybody construct so I won't have this kind of issue anymore. Because this client is going to spend money to replaster the whole thing. Just like if you look at this video, catfish farm upgrading, done for somebody in Shangotendo, Lekki axis of Lagos, Nigeria. So the same thing is happening here. All of these ponds will have to be replastered. Why? Because of the screen on the body. First of all, bacteria infection will be heavy. I mean, look at all this fungal stuff right on the body. So it has to be completely plastered. So what led to this? When they were plastering, they didn't respect the mixing rule, which is to make sure that for every waterproof cement you use, which is probably about 500 grams, is mixed with the 2 earth-pounds of sand, 4 earth-pounds of sand, and then 8 earth-pounds of gravel for construction, right? Because you need, if you take 1 teaspoon out of that mixture, you can get the waterproof cement and the sand. But that's not the case here. Then the second one they mixed was the slow drying rule. But that's making the thing to dry slowly. We're going to have a big challenge here. And this is what happens when you don't make that happen. The cement will not be shiny and resistant to touch. You start having tiny hairline cracks. And the reason for that is because cement hydrates, the rate of drying of cement is fast. We don't need that in fish pond system. You need that to build a house. So you got to force it to dry slowly by either ponding it or covering it with a burlap sack or with cellophane. That's not done here. So this customer has to go to the cost of having to do the right thing again. Now this is dry season, and when it's dry season, I tell you, drying rate is fast. You drink more water easily, so the evaporation rate is high. So if you're going to do it without a shade on top, a roof on top, it's going to be a massive undertaking. Lord have mercy. So I think you got a little of lecture on that. We'll do it and let you sit on video later on. I become a most ultra-modern finishing. Now, by the way, you don't need to put tiles on these ponds. If you put tiles, it's the most ignorant thing anybody can do. Number one, when you put the tiles in, how about the joints of the tiles? The joints you're going to use putty. Putty is not waterproof. So what are you doing with tiles? By the way, putting tiles in a fish pond is like a death sentence for the family, the farmer's family. Why? You know what happens even inside the water bath? When you have a little bit of soap, that's not the best time for somebody who's about 40 years and above to want to ease out. Most accidents happen about in the bedroom. Now, can I imagine in a fish pond this size with the waste food and the more mucus on the body of the catfish? Then right inside the pond, and you go in there without an heavy anti-skid professional footwear, you're going to be in a big mess. So that's a warning for people who put tiles in ponds. Don't. ever do that again. And by the way, for those of you who do that for fingerling production system, you are paying the price for it already, because the tiles is a heavy conductor of heat. So how cold is it? Have you ever done that before? Lie your chest down on the floor, on a place where you use terrazzo or tiles. How do you feel with the cold? That's why people who tile their houses, they still use Turkish rug to create warmth. And that's not good news for your fish, because when the fish is in the environment that is colder than the temperature, the water temperature is below 22 degrees centigrade. I tell you, when they eat, the food is not going to digest in their tummy. And if they are the small type, the fingerlings type or the jumbo type, you will see their tummy now, they now have pot belly. Yeah, that could be a sign of class in some part of this country. Fine. But then for the fish, that's the death sentence, because the protein inside the tummy, if it doesn't digest, after a day or two, the fish is turned upside down. And before you know, it's mass death, because the protein will be putrefying inside their tummy. All because of the cold. So if you're going to use tiles, be ready for plenty of, what do you call it now? Thermostat heater. To bring your temperature above, water temperature above 22 degrees centigrade. Is that okay? I hope somebody's learned something today. So let's go straight on to the water system now, the plumbing systems. Now here we got the water inflow and the outflow. Now cameraman, you're going to stay on the stuff so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, if you see, they try to save cost by conjoining the pond. Now this doesn't make economic management sense at all, because that means you have removed the best people who work in farms. Those are the slightly middle-aged, late-aged women, because it's not easy to go around this place while you are exchanging water. By the time they see a tall structure fish and see your silhouette, they want to go ahead and come to eat, because they are creatures of conditioning. You remember the Pavlov experiment in biology. So they think it's time for food. They secrete pheromones to inhibit the growth of other members of the population. So what happens? So this is bad, and you want to go and remove the one from that pond, and the staircase is there, and then you come this way, almost about 10 ponds or more. The fishes there are distracted. Oh my God, we're talking of almost 8,000 fishes. That's a lot of loss on feeds. So what we're going to do is to shape this, transfer this to this, transfer this, this outlet to this side. That's the Red Cross thing, repairs we can do now. And then on this side, and then we now cut this off, and then run a pipe straight on, so that it's controlled from here, even though water has to flow in here for a cross flow, but it will be controlled here. So there's no need for anybody to climb in between there at all, and distract the fish, and distract the pocket of the owner too, in terms of undigested food expenses. So it's going to be here. Just a little bit extra points on the reduce the 1.5 inch pipe or 1 1/4, and then we're on. This pipe is big enough because of the original plan to run a WRAS system. But like the situation is in Nigeria, running a WRA system could be a nightmare because of cost of electricity. So, cameraman, I think you come in so that I won't be looking on the ground. Okay, out there, you'll be out there on the pond there. Outside, okay, you can come in. Okay, yeah. So let's come in here. It's only coming to this side. Now, this is the outlet for the recycling system, which the owner might think of doing later on. But for now, simple and easy beats complex and difficult. So let's go to the easy way. 1,000 going to 2,000 fish per square meter. Of course, recycling system, you can put 3,500 fishes in there, often up to 4,000. But that's not the issue for now. Let them even resolve and get results, eating 48 million naira per annum. Then from there they can move forward. That's no hassle on its own. Now, if you look at this outlet, this an interesting one, kind of, and the whole idea is that you have this in there. Hey, come in, and then come on, let me move this. Now we have this here. Okay. I'm making a flow. That's okay. Now here we got this outlet in here. Send one out. But why is this one in there? Come on, bring it in here. Okay. Now, once the water comes in, the idea behind this encasing stuff is when water comes, water fills in here. As the water fills in, it's forced to pass through these holes, and then when it gets to this height of 1 meter, right in here, come on, beam on it, gets it right in here, the water gambles in, and then because suction from the underneath forces the waste at the bottom to actually pass across. So it's a self-cleaning mechanism system for outing fish. But that's important and crucial and vital when, and most significant when you're running the WRAS. Right? I think so. But that's my thought. For those who want to do it, fine. But for me, I'll prefer that we go ahead and use the simple and easy. Take this off, perforate this directly, and then when you want to, so that perforate from the bottom to the top, right? And then go ahead and allow the whole water to pass in through like a shower down, so that the drag on the fish is drastically reduced. It's an option, but I think this gives you room for thought. You can either do the first method or the second method, but I'll choose the second method for the customer. So I'll continue from there.